This is like the moment you've been waiting for so far, and then there's a lot of other moments after it. It's a very exciting moment. This guy, very, very funny guy, performs all over, and he's bringing the racing form on stage. Give it up for Stan Rifken, everybody!
Thank you. It's wacky. I've been reading the paper. The paper's where the comedy is. Global warming, there's some big problem now. Seems the ice floes are melting. And it's causing a lot of trouble with the Eskimos. Because Eskimos take their elderly parents when they're too old and push them out on the ice floe. And now that there are no ice floes, we got people living in igloos saying, damn, you said you'd leave this igloo for me, and now you're hanging out in this igloo. So someone actually proposed that they get some large blocks of styrofoam, and if you get them up to Alaska, you could make a lot of money selling styrofoam blocks. Because this is, you know, serious. Now, of course, the government doesn't, well, now we have a new government, so the old government didn't want to even acknowledge global warming, but now what Halliburton said is they don't want to change anything, but they're going to save the, you see, the polar bears, they drown between ice floes. So they have decided to provide the polar bears with life vests so that they don't have to actually change anything with global warming. I am so glad that we have a new administration with those Somali pirates, because if those pirates had messed with us in the last administration, there would be a war on piracy. And we'd have to, you know, you'd be like walking with your Pittsburgh Pirates hat to the airport and they'd lock you up. You know, a guy with an eye patch would be on the no-fly list. Oh, no, what does this mean? No, really, call the air marshal. I heard him say ARG! It's whack. I mean, really. Now we got this thing, they call it socialized medicine. You ever hear that? When the government provides something, they say, oh, it's socialized medicine. The Republicans, all 37 of them that remain, say, ooh, government health care would be socialized medicine. How come other stuff isn't socialized? Like, they don't want us to have socialized medicine, but they say, oh, this would be bad for competition. People should do research. But when someone's breaking into their mansion, they want to call 911. They don't mind socialized police. The privatizers do not want to have to pick up the phone. First, let me look up. I want to do research because we have to have choice for my police. Pick up the phone. You have reached the Halliburton Police Force. Your call is important. Not so important that we have someone here to answer it, but please hold the line. If someone is breaking into your house, press 1. If someone is robbing you, press 2. If someone is setting fire to your car, press 3. Please have your credit card ready. Really, these free market guys, you know, they never claim we're doing this because we're selfish. They never say, we don't want you to have health care because we rich guys can afford our own doctors and we hate wasting money on you. They make it sound like we're doing this for your own good. If you had health care, you'd get lazy. You'd get fat. We'd like you not to, if you didn't smoke, that's why we're not giving you health care. You didn't smoke, and you don't eat the wrong kind of food. Not a problem. Then what does this mean? What is the meaning of this? Meanwhile, all the religious leaders are upset because Obama did not make a public prayer. He had a private prayer. I didn't know our nation had a prayer day, but we had a prayer day. All of the religious leaders got together to decide, what is it that puts all of the religions together? What common thread connects all of the religions? And they issued a statement. And they said, we all say, do what our invisible friend says or we'll kill you. And keep sending those offerings. I know, when you're a little kid, they used to teach you, oh, a big development in the development of man was monotheism. Like, it's good to have one invisible friend, better than having a bunch of invisible friends. What does that mean? It is wacky stuff. I know that there was an announcement today. The healthcare industry said, if you don't regulate us, we are committed to lowering the price of healthcare. So what the hell is a commitment? It's not an obligation. I once saw a contract that says, we're committed to do this, but this commitment should not be misconstrued as an obligation. That means, yeah, we'll think about it. Okay, we thought about it. No. It is wacky stuff. Oh, then they say, oh, you can't have nationalized health care because it will cost jobs in the insurance industry. Like, that's the most important, costing jobs. That's the argument Germany had. at the end of the Second World War, we said, we can't close the concentration camps down because we'd have all these unemployed concentration camp guards. And how could we steal Christmas from their children? Remember that? It's, oh, this will cost jobs. Ooh, we can't cost jobs. It's a new age now. I do not, if you haven't been on Antiques Roadshow yet, it's too late. Last year they said, oh, this is a lovely embroidered panel. And it's also of the carnival theme, so people who like embroidery as well as carnivals will bid a lot of money. If I had this at my auction, this could be $20,000 to $25,000. That was last year. This year, if I had this at my auction, you get like $90. Do not go to the Antique Roadshow now. These were the guys who all, the banks were trading these things. They're like called like securitized mortgage things. It's like a document that says, it's really a bag of IOUs. IOUs from homeless people who don't have jobs. Hey, I got a bag of IOUs. Well, what? Is that really good? Oh, yeah, it's AAA rated. Moody, AAA rated. Who's Moody? Yo, Moody, come here. Check out this bag of IOUs. Is this good? Oh yeah, looks good. Okay. How much will you give me for this bag of IOUs? What does this mean? It's wacky news going on out there. Housing crisis, we have two Phils to blame. Phil Graham for doing away with the banking laws, and Phil Rizzuto for the money store commercials. Remember Phil Rizzuto? I want to get the equity out of my house. It's pawn your house. You can't say I pawned, honey, what happened to my wedding ring? I wanted to get the equity out of it. What does this mean? The stupidest reason they say, get a second mortgage, you could redo your kitchen. I say, wait a minute, I owned a house with a crappy kitchen. Now I don't own a house. Why should I spend the money fixing up a kitchen of a house I don't own? I don't know what the hell this means. GOP's favorite myth is the best way to help poor people is to give rich people more money. Oh yeah, that'll work, yeah. We'll cut the taxes and then on the rich people, and all the poor people will be happier for it. Listen, I did the whole show without saying the F word or the L word, which is leave. I want to thank you very much for having participated in this little outburst. Thank you very much. The show will continue.
Hey, Rifken, everybody, let him hear it. That was awesome.